are the solutions. We are the cause. We are the effect. We are the light. We are the darkness. We are male. We are female. Yes, we are the SouLutions. Welcome to SouLutions Radio, a place of revealing and healing, a place of reflection and connection, revolution and evolution, not against anything or anyone, but specifically for the building of love and solidarity among people of African descent in America. SouLutions Radio, recording live here at blogtalkradio.com/SouLutions Radio. Call in at 347-843-4485 to join in the conversation, ask a question, or just listen. Listen 24/7 by subscribing to the iTunes podcast, SouLutions Radio, at the iTunes Store. To the show. I'm so glad you could make it and join us this evening. It is absolutely gorgeous here in Seattle, Washington. It is a summer day, and I'm about to put my tomatoes out and my lettuce and my peppers and all the rest of my mini garden that I'm going to put on the patio. I'm so grateful for this wonderful weather, and I'm hoping that it is just as beautiful wherever you are in the world, whether you're listening today live, whether you're listening to a podcast some future time, whether you're listening in the East Coast, the West Coast, way up north, or way down south. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we have a wonderful show. We have Dr. Delbert Blair. He's joining us again tonight. He's gracing our show, and I'm so grateful for that. I know he's got a very busy schedule, but he's here with us tonight, and we're going to be touching on some very deep topics that we just skimmed over the last time he was in, but we're going to some deep detail. The origin of the human race, and where do black people fit into all of this? But first of all, we must thank our sponsors. I'd like to thank the Open Mind Store, which can be found at illuminationssoultherapy.com. You want to check out the store. It's a very nice metaphysical bookstore with all kinds of wonderful things, including music. There's jewelry. There are videos and DVDs. So go right over there and check that out at illuminationssoultherapy.com. I'd also like to thank tamshealthykitchen.com, which is something that I've created to help people switch over to a healthy lifestyle, to help people to lose weight and to get off of prescription drugs, to actually just feel better and extend life, heal disease, and prevent disease. I'd also like to thank the SovereignMindMagazine.com. Very powerful information there as well, which is created by the author Sonia Barrett of the wonderful book, Holographic Canvas. Very interesting topic. She was on the show a couple of weeks ago. You may want to check out the archive and, see our double feature. We were talking about reincarnation. But without further ado, I'd like to welcome to the floor the guest, the illustrious griot, Delbert Blair. Delbert, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining us again.
Tamara, Westwood, it's always a pleasure. Don't have it experienced too often, but when I do, it's what can I say? It's compensatory for all the times that I didn't get a chance to see and talk with you. And as you described your weather, I can finally say, even in Chicago, we had a beautiful day. And that's very difficult. But, yeah, wish I was there.
That's my home. So I know all about Chicago's weather, so I'm glad that it's beautiful there as well.
Yes, so it's a better day all over the earth, though, when people begin to come into consciousness once more and begin to stand against some of these nefarious deals that are going on. And there was an interesting thing too before we get into, I heard you say the main topic. That was a heck of a topic to try to even get into, but it was very interesting recently of course in Chicago, where sports people and most of our teams lose when they win just enough to keep you excited but not enough to satisfy you. And what happened recently, they had Derrick Rose there And, of course, he is a promise of the future. Now, I guess no one will ever replace Michael Jordan, but he was a promise of the future. So now the headlines of one of the papers here is called the Sun-Times, has him, he changed his grades were changed when he was going from high school to college. Headlines, big picture of him in the back. Then a second page, 4-column lead with 2 reporters. I looked at this. I wrote them to it. I'm going to write, and I'm going to really make a fool out of them, because here they had a cyclone in Bangladesh 3 days ago. 200 reported people dead. I know it's much bigger than that. Millions of people homeless. You got stuff happening with Kim Jong-il in Korea. The headlines? And, of course, he only made billions for the school when he went there. I'm saying, this is something sick about this place. Something sick about our country at this time. Very sick.
Well, you know what? It makes us wonder, as we are all, or many of us, have turned our attention to this nonsense, what's really going on? And certainly, I think that leads us right into our show topic, or at least part of it. We want to go into some really deep topics. You didn't really want to go into it last time, but this is what's happening today. We want to go into the origin of the human race here. There's a lot of talk about Nephilim and the Anunnaki. There's a lot of talk about that the Caucasian race was grafted or created. I'd like to go into a lot of that, and I know you have some information.
Well, I'm looking at it from the broader perspectives of metaphysics, which puts this planet back billions, if not trillions of years old. I have no idea how old this planet is. I do know that a billion figure would be minuscule. It would be kindergarten. So how many billions of years this planet has been around, incorporating what we call time as years, I don't know. So let's just say, as they do in some of the Star Wars trilogies, in a galaxy a long time ago, there seems to have been a group of creatures that came from the 4 points of this galaxy, not the cosmos, but this galaxy. And they each brought in an area of understanding. So if you look at the galaxy as a circle, and then they all came from the 4 points of that circle, it would cause a cross to be made, each one bringing in 90 degrees of comprehension. And at the center of that was supposed to be the ability to make and understand how planets are made and to set up the seeding of those planets. So now, whatever time we're talking about, a million years ago, billion years ago, from the 4 corners of this galaxy came an intelligent race, and there were 4 of them that came together to bring in the 360 degrees of understanding to create a planet, each one with 90 degrees of comprehension. The catch was that they were mind creatures. They didn't have physical bodies. As in the beginning of all things, there is no such thing as physicality being the origin of anything. It is the end results of some things that the mind sets in force, if you can follow what I'm saying on that one. So these were not creatures with bodies. They were mental, and they could create from wherever they were the kind of apparatus or even bodies that they would need. So they were light beings. They were mind creatures. They had no physical body. Since they were now working on what was to be said a third-dimensional, a high second and a low third-dimensional thing, they had to learn how to create matter and how to seed it. So this is what they were in the process of doing. With these 360 degrees of comprehension now, it's like a scout troop went out there, an advanced scout troop to make a planet and work it. So they were working on this. How long they were working on this, I have no idea. But they were told that have to make this planet so it would be in a vibration that many things could live on it. And what they were warned about was it would have a sun, because this would be a sun system in this particular solar system, and that's what solar means, sun system. And they came from worlds that had no sun. They were called dark worlds, as we're now beginning to hear the use of dark matter once more, when metaphysics has talked about this for as long as I've read it in this lifetime. So it's nothing new for people into the deeper study of metaphysics. So what they hated, or what they were, I wouldn't say hate, maybe that's the wrong tense or wrong word, they didn't like sun, because they could create light whenever they wanted to the degree that they needed it. So they had to now learn how to build worlds that could take sun. So while they were working on this particular planet, so in a